I didn't want to talk about the situation. Now you got me riled up.
Fair enough.
Right. Wilder's back. I feel shit. You understand me?
I got it.
You don't mean that, man.
Okay, stop
man,
shouting at me.
Man, let me get the out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Talking about my peoples and all that shit. It's hard to believe a black man and a white man. The cheated. Tell him to sue me so I can show the facts early. Because when the documentary and everything, the story come out, I'm gonna show everything.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna get all the people that know and all the people that's in the inside. He got people that the inside of him that know. I don't what? I don't about that.
I'm not a Fury fan.
I don't about it. I said we didn't want to bring him up in the first place. It ain't got shit to do with him.
Fair enough.
The you talking about?
Yeah, man, you, man, I'm out too.
That they went on TalkSport with Simon Jordan and Spencer Oliver. Now, Simon Jordan, over the last couple of years, he has been, certainly for the most part, not so much recently, he's kind of changed his tune a little bit, but for the most part, he's been very pro Tyson Fury. We know that. He thought Fury would win against Usyk first time. He thought he'd win against him the second time. In fact, he was saying if Tyson Fury loses to Usyk both times, that doesn't prove how good Usyk is. That proves, that Tyson Fury maybe wasn't as good as they thought he is, which is, I always found that very disrespectful towards Alexander Usyk, given how good he is and how good he's proven to be.
No, overkill. Deontay said to Simon, I don't want to talk about it. Being Simon's like, I'm Simon Jordan, I'll talk about it if I want. But when he got to tits up, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, you may ask the guys. They're only putting up what they want to put up about, really and truly. Put it this way, he's right. A black guy says to the white presenter, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah? Do you know what? They carried on, but I even said, listen, let's not talk about that. Yeah? Deontay said it about 3 times, let's not talk about it. And we come back again. If he was a white person and they said, I don't want to talk about it, they would have moved it on. So that probably triggered him with so much, so he went mad. He would have fucked Simon Jordan up. That would probably helped him as well. I'd have fucked Spencer up, fucked Simon Jordan up, I'd have helped him.
The storm had already started brewing, and the boxing world could feel it building fast. What was meant to be a routine media appearance suddenly turned into a headline-grabbing explosion that dragged Simon Jordan straight into the fire and pushed emotions to boiling point.
What happened there wasn't right.
He told you don't bring it up. But you
Come on, it's on schedule. I had to ask a question. What about Fury? Everyone else can ask him. Rick Reno asks him. Why can't I ask him? Derek, sit down, come on. I waited for you for half an hour. Don't be a dickhead. Come on.
Deontay Wilder finally explains what sparked the explosion with Simon Jordan. Tyson Fury was brought into the conversation after Deontay Wilder clearly asked for that topic to be avoided. Deontay Wilder felt disrespected, unheard, and pushed into a sensitive subject live on air, which is exactly why the situation turned emotional and heated.
With Simon, he was talking about a character that I didn't want to talk about. My proof will reveal itself when the time comes. Everybody else know what happened. I know what happened. So I told him about a situation not to talk about it, but he did. And then, I'm the one that'll get into. I'm very strong and pro about my people. We some of the strongest peoples in the world. But people look at us like we're nothing, and I'm sick of it, and I'm tired of it because they could never walk a mile in our shoes of what we go through every day. And people always tell me, well, slavery was so many years ago. No, motherfucker, slavery is still today. It's just modified. So don't tell me with your white privilege or what it's like or don't tell me nothing about it when you don't know nothing about it.
Deontay Wilder continued pouring his emotions out as the discussion moved far beyond boxing. The frustration had clearly built up long before the interview, and Simon Jordan pushing the wrong topic at the wrong time only intensified everything. This was no longer a normal boxing interview, and the atmosphere inside the studio had completely shifted.
Don't tell me nothing about it when you don't know nothing about it. You understand? That's what get me upset when they think they understand when they don't. When you done came and fucked with my people in their country, you done stole my people and you done stole their resources, and still to this day. So it brings up an emotional side. Why you think black people are still at each other to this day? Because we're all traumatized. We all need therapists. We all need help because of the things that we had to go through as a culture, as people. You understand? They always trying to keep our mindset down, but once we clink up and unite, it's gonna be some war. It's gonna be over. And a lot of people gonna try to commit suicide because they're gonna think we're gonna try to retaliate, but it ain't about retaliation. It's about equal liberty. It's about uniting. It's about being equal around this world. You understand me? And that's all we ever wanted. You know what killed white supremacy? Black power.
Liam Goff clearly tried to steer the conversation back toward Tyson Fury and the old rivalry, which was exactly the topic Deontay Wilder never wanted raised. This is where the tension really started boiling again, because it felt like Simon Jordan and the studio kept poking the same wound despite knowing it was a trigger point.
I found that very disrespectful towards Alexander Usyk, given how good he is and how good he's proven to be. So Simon Jordan was always someone who was very, at least at one stage, pro-Fury. Lately, he's been giving him a bit more criticism. He's been, he's been being a bit more objective when it comes to Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury plays a big part in both of the careers of Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder. They've both faced Tyson Fury 3 times. They've both faced him in world title fights. Obviously, Wilder, multiple world title fights. And he's beaten them all. In fact, he's fought them a grand total of 6 times, Chisora and Wilder. And he's beaten them both, if you combine all the fights, 5 out of the 6 fights, with 1 being a draw. So he's done pretty well against those 2. Now, we know Wilder, he's still making the claims, and that's what they are. He might say they're facts, but no, they are just claims. They're baseless claims, in my opinion. About Fury cheating in the first.
Deontay Wilder doubled down and made it clear that Simon Jordan crossed a line he had already warned him about. The anger was not random, and it came from feeling ignored and provoked live on air. This moment showed why the clash escalated so quickly and why walking out became inevitable.
He just didn't understand the dynamics of being a white man and being a black man, and I had to give him a little rundown of what it is to be a black man, because he have no idea what that means, And we told him not to bring up certain situations and certain characters, but he felt like he should have, and then he I exploded. That lets you know that Wilder is truly back. Understand me? Because my people have been through a lot. Most of my people need therapists because we've been traumatized, generational trauma, and we still dealing with it to this day. To this day. And if you ain't walking in our shoes, you would never understand what it feels like.
Frank Warren provides a realistic perspective on the upcoming showdown, highlighting that age has slightly slowed these veterans. Still, the clash promises fireworks as both Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder bring experience, power, and determination. This isn't about speed anymore, it's about strategy and raw willpower. The atmosphere is charged and fans can expect a brutal, hard-hitting encounter that will test both fighters to the limit.
Got that, and who will prevail? Because I'm not being disrespectful, they're in their 40s, aren't they now? So the speed that they had a few years ago is not there. Their styles will blend to make it a real, as soon as that bell goes, right on top of each other. And they'll be throwing their bombs.
Derek Chisora didn't hold back as he called out Simon Jordan's lack of genuine boxing insight. It's clear Chisora respects the game but sees Jordan as someone who thrives on research rather than true understanding. The Tyson Fury cutout joke shows the playful yet provocative energy in the studio, and it also set the tone for Deontay Wilder's fiery reaction. The tension was growing, and it was only a matter of time before it exploded.
Simon Jordan needs that, because Simon Jordan is a bit of a twat. He was all fucking burned from his sunburn. But I love Simon Jordan. He's got a big chip on his shoulders.
Do you think he's knowledgeable about boxing?
He speaks good. He's seen good fights, and he's not really knowledgeable. It's all about if he knows who's interviewing, and he goes on the laptop, researches, and I'm gonna ask him about this and write his points down. But he's got his points on a piece of paper. So
who brought the Tyson Fury cardboard cutout?
I did. But you see, I brought it out as a joke. I didn't bring it out as anything.
Go down well with Deontay?
Yeah, I went down and you saw Tyson Fury was giving him a BJ.
Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora made it crystal clear they weren't holding anything back. The interview had completely shifted from promotion to exposing the backstage chaos of boxing. Their bold words highlighted both frustration and authenticity, showing the audience that in this world, you either play the game or get played. Simon Jordan's provocations only fueled the fire, and the atmosphere was electric as Wilder asserted dominance over the narrative.
I can't feel nothing.
This is not how I thought this segment was going to go.
I don't know where you got Clifton behind your back.
Do you think this fight ends in a stoppage?
Yeah. It's a scumbag sport we're in. There's scumbag moves happening behind the scenes. But guess what? We are scumbags too, because we are in a scumbag game.
Liam Goff tried to inject reason into the chaos, but it barely landed. Wilder fans were enraged, and the studio atmosphere had shifted into full-blown tension. Simon Jordan's insistence on raising old controversies about Tyson Fury's fights only inflamed emotions. Deontay Wilder felt his credibility being challenged and his history being dissected unfairly. This wasn't about past results anymore. It became about respect, understanding, and who controlled the narrative. Both Wilder and Derek Chisora made it clear that Jordan's provocations were unacceptable, turning the segment into a lesson on why these two veterans command respect in boxing and why meddling commentators often ignite storms they cannot contain.
From the Wilder fans, but no one accused Fury of cheating. They've accused him of getting the long count, which is completely, it's just not the case. It's only when Deontay Wilder, lost to Fury the second time, they started saying, oh, well, he cheated in the first fight too. You're like, well, hang on a minute. It's been over a year. It's been, 14 months roughly, nearly 15 months, and you're only saying now he cheated? I mean, like, if you've any doubt, because it is boxing at the end of the day, if you've any doubt, you should be, going with that ASAP, because this isn't like football where you think like, oh, Man City might have cheated or this, that and the other, and it takes a while. You're getting physically assaulted, so if you think he's cheated, you get that nipped in the bud pretty quick. You don't wait 14, 15.
Deontay Wilder's words here go far beyond boxing, expressing deep frustration over respect, equality, and freedom. He refused to let Simon Jordan belittle his perspective or dismiss his experiences, standing firm as both a fighter and a representative of his community. The emotion is palpable as Wilder asserts that privilege cannot dictate understanding, and he will speak his truth no matter the consequences. Derek Chisora's presence amplified the defiance, reinforcing the message that these are seasoned warriors who have endured scrutiny and injustice yet remain unbroken. In a heated media environment where commentators often overstep, Wilder's stance was uncompromising and commanding, demonstrating why both he and Chisora are feared not just for their power in the ring, but for their unwillingness to be silenced outside of it.
We are strong and we're powerful, and when we come together, it's a force. But they try to keep us down in all ways, shapes, form, and fashion. Why we are the most hated peoples in the world when we ain't done shit to nobody, but show our greatness, our brilliance. People don't want to talk about that, so he can't tell me nothing about nothing. When he don't know nothing, you can't walk in our shoes. You've been privileged all your fucking life. That's what it went to. So you got the wrong person to come over in this country to talk, because most people in this country, especially being black, they hold back. I don't hold back. You understand? Because they worry about the consequences that may happen behind their action of what they're speaking. But I ain't worrying about that, If I die, I die as a free man. I die with my conscience being free, and I let out my peace.
Derek Chisora exposed exactly why Simon Jordan's approach was reckless and disrespectful. Every veteran has trigger points, and Jordan knew full well that certain topics were off limits, yet he deliberately pushed, provoking Wilder and Chisora. The studio tension is a testament to how poorly planned commentary can ignite emotional responses in fighters who have fought battles far beyond the ring. This moment illustrates the calculated aggression and media manipulation that fighters endure, and Chisora's blunt honesty highlights the sharp contrast between genuine boxing experience and superficial analysis that commentators like Jordan bring to the table.
Let's go to the trigger points. Yeah, I got my trigger point. Yeah. And I believe that is his trigger point. So, you don't want to talk about it. Remember when we talk about it in New York, it just went fluently into the conversation.
It wasn't forced for an answer.
Yeah. So Simon Jordan decided to say, "Oh, you guys box this guy." The moment he said that, I said, "We don't want to talk about it." The end, because I don't want to talk about it. So Simon's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be adrenaline.
Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder openly admitted the harsh realities of professional boxing and the underhanded tactics that often dominate behind the scenes. Their words make it clear that Simon Jordan cannot grasp the complexities and compromises that fighters face, from contracts to promotional battles. This candid moment exposes the divide between seasoned champions and commentators who pretend to know the sport. The tension, raw honesty, and unapologetic defiance of Wilder and Chisora perfectly encapsulate why they command respect in and out of the ring. Their unity sends a strong warning: never underestimate the power of fighters who understand the system inside out.
He's a scumbag, I'm a scumbag. Do you understand? Because we are in this scumbag situation. Do you understand? And the scumbags like to deal with scumbags. If you're not, it's just one of those things.
But is that like the contracts?
No. I want to explain that to you. You will not understand it, so don't even try to figure it out. Yeah, you will not understand it. It's a scumbag game to sleep.
The clash between Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora, and Simon Jordan showed the raw intensity that comes when experience meets ignorance in the boxing world. Wilder's anger wasn't random. It was years of frustration, disrespect, and having his people and legacy challenged. Chisora backed him up with the blunt honesty only a veteran can deliver, exposing how commentators like Jordan often underestimate the realities fighters endure. Contracts, manipulations, and the constant pressure to prove themselves in and out of the ring. This wasn't just a media meltdown. It was a powerful reminder that both Wilder and Chisora operate on a level far beyond theory. They live it every day. The energy, the tension, the unapologetic defiance, and the refusal to be silenced highlighted why these two are feared not only for their knockout power, but for their unshakable presence and authority in boxing. Fans around the world are witnessing the making of a legendary moment that transcends a simple interview. The question now is simple: will Simon Jordan ever learn to respect the craft and the fighters behind it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know who you think dominated the exchange, and join the debate because this is one conversation every boxing fan needs to witness.